Imagine the scene: a sprawling green lawn, the gentle buzz of a curious crowd, and the iconic cameras of the Antiques Roadshow capturing moments where dusty attic treasures can transform a family's fortune. On a day just like any other, a woman approached the expert's table, carrying not just a box of old jewelry, but a story that would unravel a direct connection to the highest echelons of British and Russian royalty. It was a story that would end with a valuation so staggering, it left everyone, including the seasoned expert, visibly stunned. The woman began by painting a picture of her great-grandfather, a figure who seemed to have walked straight from the pages of a history book. He wasn't just a chef, he was a culinary artist so renowned that his career began in the service of the legendary Rothschild family before he was personally recruited by none other than King Edward VI. His service also extended to the formidable Queen Victoria, placing him at the very heart of the British Empire during a Gilded Age. In such a position, he wasn't merely an employee. He was a trusted member of the royal household, a witness to history, and as it turns out, the recipient of extraordinary gifts from the crowned heads of Europe. This box of jewels was his legacy, a tangible link to a life spent serving kings and queens. With a gentle hand, she presented the first items. To the untrained eye, they were a pair of cufflinks, but they were unlike any you'd find in a modern shop. They resembled rough, unrefined nuggets of gold, as if they had been pulled directly from a stream and fashioned into wearable art. The expert's eyes lit up with recognition. He explained that this unique, rugged style had a specific Russian name, samorodok, which literally translates to nugget. This technique is very, very Russian, he mused, turning the beautiful objects over in his hands. It was a style famously employed by the most prestigious jewelry firm in Russian history, the House of Fabergé. For a moment the air was thick with the possibility of that legendary name. However, a closer inspection revealed a fascinating twist. These cufflinks weren't by Fabergé, but by another master craftsman, Ivanov of St. Petersburg. The proof was not only in the maker's mark, but in the exquisite case that held them. Emblazoned on it was the unmistakable cipher of the Russian imperial family. The puzzle pieces were clicking into place. Who gave these to him? The expert asked, his voice filled with anticipation. The woman answered with quiet confidence, sharing the family lore passed down through generations. We believe it was Tsar Nicholas. The expert nodded, his excitement growing. The story was not just plausible, it was historically sound. The Tsar had indeed journeyed to London and visited the royals at their Sandringham estate, a time and place where such a personal, magnificent gift would have been entirely appropriate. The valuation for these incredible pieces of history? A cool $9,000, $10,000, a fantastic start, but the story was far from over. Next, she presented a few other items, brooches and pendants of delicate beauty. She shared a touching family anecdote. Her great-grandfather, the celebrated chef, had only daughters. Unwilling to let his precious gifts sit unworn in a box, he had some of his cufflinks lovingly transformed into jewelry his girls could cherish. This act of fatherly love, however, presented a challenge for the expert. The alterations had likely removed any identifying maker's marks, plunging their precise origins into mystery. Yet a true expert sees beyond the surface. Pointing to the shimmering, translucent pink enamel work, he identified the masterful technique. We call this guilloche enamel, he explained, describing the intricate process of carving a precise, engine-turned pattern into gold before flooding it with layers of luminous enamel. The effect creates a mesmerizing depth and a play of light that is simply breathtaking. Though he couldn't be absolutely certain, without a signature, his gut and years of experience told him he was looking at the hallmarks of Fabergé's unparalleled craftsmanship. These lovingly altered pieces were estimated to be worth an additional $10,000, $11,000. By now, a palpable sense of excitement was building between the guest and the expert. The value of this small collection was already impressive, but one final item remained. As she brought it forward, the expert's professional composure melted away, replaced by pure, unadulterated thrill. All doubt vanished. There's absolutely no doubt at all that this is a full-blown Fabergé brooch, he declared, his voice resonating with reverence. It was the showstopper, the crown jewel of the collection. Signed and authenticated, it was a masterwork of design. He pointed out the brilliant yellow guilloche enamel, the subtle use of 2 different colors of gold, and the tiny, intricate laurel wreaths tied with a sparkling